Let's do it!
Hey guys, Derrick here, and I want to welcome you to GameXplain's Pokemon X Nuzlocke run. It's been a long time coming. I've been looking forward to it for a long time. I've been trying to get through these guide videos as quickly as I can. And yeah, so here we are. So for those of you who have never played, done, heard of a Nuzlocke, it comes down to three basic rules. One, you can only catch one Pokemon per route, or place, really, because, you know, caves, forest, all that, they count. Basically, it's the first Pokemon you catch. If you miss out on catching them for any reason or anything like that, that's it. You can't catch any more. You're done for that route. You're out of luck. However, there is a clause in place in the case of this run, where if I come across a Pokemon that I already own, I can catch the next one in line. So let's say I have a Pidgey and I come across a Pidgey next time, and I can wait until the next Pokemon in order to catch that. Same thing like if, let's say I have a Fletchinder evolved from Fletchling, and I run into a Fletchinder in the wild first, same thing. Since I already own a Fletchinder, doesn't count. So, rule number 2, every Pokemon must have a nickname. It's meant to create a greater bond with you and your Pokemon. And yeah, it's a little bit of personal stake there, because rule number 3 is if any of your Pokemon faint, they are considered dead and must be released immediately. However, I am taking a slight change to this rule. Any Pokemon of mine that dies in battle will instead go to a PC box labeled the graveyard or the cemetery or something like that. I'll come up with the name when I get to it. And a lot of you suggested that I take these Pokemon that have passed and put them up on the Wonder Trade for people to use. I think that's a good idea, but not exactly what I want to do, because I want to give them to you guys. So if any of my Pokemon pass away at the end of this run, I'll give away all of those Pokemon that have died in battle. So don't it's a little weird, but don't plan on actually getting any, because I don't plan on letting any of my friends die. So with all that said, those are the 3 basic rules. Let's get into it and get this game started, because there are a few other variations, but we'll get into those as we go along. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. I am Augustine Sycamore, the Kalos region's very own Pokemon professor. This world of ours is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. These mysterious creatures can be found in every corner of our world. Yada yada yada. I love your speech, Sycamore, but let's get to it. For one, I am a guy. Trust me, I know this. And I am your typical white hair, white boy, brown hair. Quite boring, I'm afraid. And as you guys heard, my name's Derrick. Well, Deriv, but we don't tell people that. I can spell, I swear. Derrick, Trebian, what a fantastic name. Funny thing about fantastic, if you guys ever want to do a drinking game, if you're the legal age or whatnot, you will get drunk off your ass with the amount of times people say fantastic. Every time somebody says fantastic, take a shot. Viola alone will just kill you. So anyway, we are in our new room, in our new region. We've just moved here, presumably a few days ago, according to Mother. And we unpacked really quick. We also have a bit of a dick of a Fletchling, because that's about the worst wake-up alarm I've ever seen. We also have a really badass TV along with a Wii U. It even has a gamepad. But let's get out of these PJs, huh? I kind of wish you'd be able to play through the game in your PJs just because of the novelty of it all, but c'est la vie. I think we still look pretty good. And we can look even better because we can change out outfits in this game, and that's actually kind of cool. But let's get to it. Ladies, and as you can see, I'm actually playing this at night because, well, I was busy today. Things came up, so we're going to do starting in the night, and the time of day will change, and you'll be able to see, I guess you'll be able to tell different sessions because of this. Serena and Shauna. Sycamore is asking for 5 kids, and one of them is me. Come on, hurry, let's go. I can't do girl voices. I'm not even going to attempt it. It'll just be sad, pathetic, and embarrassing. So we won't. So, important thing before we go, there are 2 things we need to change. I asked you guys about this in a update video and got my answer. We are going with a set battle. Actually, that's not the right place. We want to go to options. Yes, here we go. We want to set. So we can't switch out our Pokemon between, like, after we take out an opponent's Pokemon. We can't automatically switch them out and see what they have next. So that makes it a little bit more difficult. The other question was if I'm able to use healing items in battle. Because I wasn't sure if we should do, if I should use them as much as I want, or do it like Pro Jared and do it that way. And I decided that I am only allowed to use 1 healing item per battle. That does not mean I can use like 1 super potion, 1 antidote, anything like that. No. If I use an antidote, that's it for the battle. If I use a potion, that's it for the battle. I can only use it once. So we'll see how that actually affects things coming up. But there is one more thing I need to look up, which is my trainer card, which is why I went here originally. And for those of you who don't know, there's 2 ways to choose your starter. There's a couple other variations here and there, but in this case, it is based on your ID number. Basically, the number range basically decides which Pokemon you get. 1 to 3 gets you the grass starter, 4 to 6 gets you the fire starter, and 7 to 9 gets you the water starter. And you always use the very last number in your ID to determine that. In my case, it's 7. So, I get a Froakie, which I'm actually kind of excited about because I use Fennekin, so it's nice to see how the other half lives. Hey Derrick, this way over here. We're up way past our bedtime. We were just talking about you, gossiping, We think you have stupid hair. Your voice sucks. Everyone, this is Derrick. Wow, Shauna's description was spot on. I don't know how to take that. He's got some, Tierno has some serious dance moves, and Trevor, well, he's a nerd. But we let him hang out because we feel sorry for him. Can I call you D-Meister? No way. He's a little D for sure. Thanks, Shauna. I appreciate that. Trevor's a bit nicer calling me Big D. Now, that actually reminds me. A lot of you guys commented on the fact that my nickname in the guide videos was Big D. I chose that for 2 reasons. 1, I'm lazy. 2, I actually have friends that call me that as a kind of a joke. So I was like, it works. But for the purposes of this playthrough, we're going to be having them call me something different. And that is Master D. As the future Pokemon Master, I feel it's only right for the peasants to show me the proper respect from an early age. And yes, call me Master D, because it fits me perfectly, as Shauna says. Bow to your master. Alright, now it's time to meet our Pokemon. And as I said before, 1 to 3 was the grass starter, Chespin, 4 to 6 was the fire starter, Fennekin, and 7 to 9 was Froakie. Now if it was a 0, I'd get my own choice, but because it was a 7, I get Froakie. This should be exciting. A lot of people's opinions on him changed once they saw all of his evolutions. I agree. He definitely looked cool. Still chose Fennekin though, because I said I was going to pick him, and I was going to pick him. But yes, Froakie. Nickname. God, I suck at naming things. I don't have a rhyme or reason to how I do this. So let's think. Let's see. That's a good way of choosing a name. I'm thinking we are in France-ish. I think I'm going to go with Julian. I'm not sure if that's a French name or anything like that, but I just like the way it sounds, and Julian the Froakie, I think it works. And, you know, who's to say there's really a rhyme or reason behind what you call your Pokemon. But Julian the Froakie, I like it. And then it's time for Trevor to give us the Pokedex, which comes in, you know, pleasant iPad version. And, of course, the professor wants to go on a journey with our Pokemon and complete the Pokedex. Like always. Master D. Oh, this ought to be interesting with the whole master thing. Not sure if it will sound wrong or not, but yes, peasants, give me the letter so I can get permission from my mom. Master D, wait. You're going to be my opponent in my Pokemon battling debut. Okay, little Fennekin, it's our first battle. Let's win it with style. No. I'm gonna have to say no. Although he's doing some good damage. God, wouldn't that suck if he killed me in this first battle? I mean, how embarrassing would that be? Hey. But we didn't lose, and Julian gets to level up. He's already level 6. They grow up so fast. Let's see his stats. Looks like he is definitely going to be a pretty much all-around attacker, but definitely focused more on special attack. I dig it. What could it be? A love letter? Huh. Mom is single. What does that mean? Really, what does that mean? Is my dad dead? Separated? Missing? It raises some questions, but we'll leave that to smarter minds. Back to Route 1. Off of Route 1. And into Aquacorde Town. Talk to this guy, and he'll give me a nice little potion. He's such a nice guy. And before we head out, we want to pick up some Pokeballs. Gotta be able to catch those Pokemon, right? And I think 5 will be good to start out with. Now, of course, one of the things with the Route 2 is no matter what, you will always encounter Pidgey first. Some people suggested using sort of like a loophole for this sort of situation, but nope, I'm following the Nuzlocke rules to the letter in this case. And Pidgey will be my first catch, presuming I don't accidentally kill him. Try to rein in the strength. Ooh, try to rein in the strength a little bit there, Froakie. Julian doesn't know his own power. Or maybe he does. Just don't kill him, please. Or is it a hurt? Alright. First catch of the game. Some experience and off to the Pokedex. Pidgey, the tiny bird Pokemon. A common sight in forest and woods, it flaps its wings around at ground level to kick up blinding sand. What a jerk. And yes, let's nickname him. And it is a him, so we will go with Kite, because he flies. Let's go heal up. And we'll get the Pokeball training out of the way. Let's run back, get ourselves healed up so Kite is ready to go and battle. And then we'll be on our way to Santaloon Forest. So before I head off, I should note that I am not going to be using super training at all. I will not be using O powers. However, I will be using Pokemon Ami, because I think it really captures the idea that the Pokemon are your partners. They're your friends, and because Pokemon Ami is designed to build friendships, it sort of just fits. I know it has some benefits here and there, but I think overall it's a good thing to add. However, I will only be using the mini games once per town, and it'll happen pretty soon after I get to the town, and only with the Pokemon I've currently caught. So if I caught more Pokemon return to a town, then I'm not going to be doing anything with them. It's just with the current team. So that pretty much lays out the Pokemon Ami rules. And looks like Kite's first battle will be with Bunnelby. And a great start. I'm loving it. Kick its ass. I really don't mind Pidgey as my first Pokemon. It's always been kind of one of my favorites. I've used it since the beginning. I've always had a sort of a fondness for a lot of the birds that pop up throughout the games. Speaking of which, let's take a look at his stats. Let's see. 8, 6, 7, 7, 8. So he's definitely a bit more based more for attack and speed. Interesting. And he is a hasty nature, and he likes to fight. I like it. Froakie, on the other hand, Julian, is a quiet nature, but good endurance. Alright. Looks good to me. So let's head off. When two trainers' eyes meet, a Pokemon battle must begin. But I wasn't looking at you until you turned me around, you jerk. Fine, I'll beat up your Zigzagoon. Huh. I sure will take it. Unless he uses Growl on me. Well, as long as he doesn't use Leer, I should be okay. Oi. Yeah, we're gonna switch in Julian. I guess that's a good time to mention that I will also be trying to limit how much I grind in the game. Because, you know, you don't want to get too overpowerful, then you lose all kinds of stakes. And I kind of, you know, I want to do well, but I don't want to make it a cakewalk. We definitely want to have some challenge here, which is, you know, part of the point of the Nuzlocke. Fortunately, Julian is more than strong enough to take out the Zigzagoon, and we've defeated a small child. Go us! Alright, Julian up to level 7. I like it. And Kite's up to level 4. Good stuff. Making good progress. Should have told me you were that strong. Sorry, kid. You shouldn't just challenge anybody that you randomly come across. Pokemon die that way. Okay, now we'll see what we get. It is a